Alpha! How y'all feeling today? Cause I look rough as a motherfucker, but I still feel phenomenal, bitch. Hey, so this episode we're gonna be talking about Drew Lock. I'm not a Drew Lock fan. I don't like the Seahawks. I don't give a fuck about your fucking team. Don't fucking message me. I don't give a fuck. I hate the Eagles though. This week's Alpha Moment is gonna be about Drew Lock winning against the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football. I felt like his speech, I'm not gonna say his speech, the interview after the fucking game was something that kind of, I felt like the interview that he had after the game resonated with me. Felt like you can actually see a lot of the things that we talk about on this channel in the words that he's talking about, how he presents everything. So I think that's like a pretty important thing, and that's why I chose this week's episode to be about that. So without further ado, let's get into this motherfucker.
Drew, you've told us that it's been amazing to be out here playing again. So what did it feel like to orchestrate this game-winning drive tonight?
Oh, amazing won't do it justice. Amazing won't do it justice, but amazing also doesn't do justice. What the O-line, what DK did on that catch, what the receivers did.
I want to talk about how I feel like he's showing so much appreciation. He's not even talking about himself. He's just talking about his teammates at this time. And I think that has to go. We have to acknowledge that.
Ken Walker, Zach Charbonnet did all game long, the tight ends, man. It takes a special group to rally around a guy that, is coming into his second game of the year, right? Used to the same thing all year.
Think about that. He's talking about the second game of the year. They're already was it like week 15, 16 or something like that? Like we're already deep as hell into this motherfucking NFL season. So the fact is that, he's just been chilling on the bench doing nothing.
Year long, same cadence, same spin of the ball, everything. For a team like that, not just the offense, the defense to rally around me tonight, man, that was amazing.
I also want to talk about the fact is that when we talk about these alpha moments, I always talk about not only being the man, but knowing that you need a support cast of people that will support you and not treating them like shit. Knowing that you are a part of a bigger team in the alpha pack. And he definitely does that right here. He's giving the props to everyone else and acknowledging that without them doing 100% of their job correctly, he's not going to be able to do what he needed to do and win the game.
I hear some emotion in your voice.
Yeah. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed. Blessed with a great...
You gonna cry. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, that's how it feels like in life, right? Even though to most fans, it'd be like, oh, you haven't been doing much, that it's not that long, right? But when it's you individually going through every single day questioning whether or not you want to be here or not, that's really rough.
Great group of guys, a great city, great coaching staff. It's awesome. It's a wow.
Drew, when did you even know you were going to be playing tonight?
He want to cry.
Oh, there's a long story going into that one. But I kept the mentality that I was going to play, regardless of what was going on, how people were looking and whatnot. I was just like, you know what, you're going to go out there and play, so just be ready to play. Found out when we got here that I was going to get the nod and roll the dice, baby. Let's go.
Take us back to the touchdown pass to Jackson. Just what was the play call?
I want you to check at the bottom of the screen. It says, first game-winning drive in 1,142 days. Yeah, that's like almost like 4 years. So mentally to be ready, he even said, like, I didn't even know if I was going to play until like right before the game started. That's 2 weeks in a row where he's probably not even getting that many reps, but he has to mentally be prepared to be able to win and play the game, essentially, because you're going to be, there's no other reason to play the game except for win, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'll remember that play call for the rest of my life, but we're breaking the huddle. I knew Jax had the one-on-one. Good reminder from Shane in the headset. I said, hey, Jax.
So I want you to hear the words that he says. I will remember that play call for the rest of my life. Like, he probably knows he's not going to be given another bigger chance than this. But the point is that he showed up in the one moment in life where he had an alpha moment. He might not be the most alpha person. I'm not talking about that. But I'm saying that we all have moments in our lives where we can choose to kind of just be like, whatever, right? But then when the moment came, he would have been not prepared, right? But he was mentally preparing himself every single day, even though he had to question whether or not he's going to be able to be, playing or not. And that takes a certain type of strong mental fortitude. Like, that's why I was talking about that alpha mentality. Like, you got to be a hardcore motherfucker. Like, you got to know and believe in yourself no matter what.
If you're one-on-one, I'm throwing you this pill. Sure enough. Gave us a one-on-one look. Corner was soft. Jax hit him with some speed. Back pylon, back box throw. Came down with it.
Again, Drew, we can see the emotion on your face. We can hear it in your voice. Can you just describe what you're feeling in your heart right now?
Yeah. It's so hard. It's so hard to describe the feeling of, not playing for so long, or at least what feels like a really long time to me.
I just want you to know, we're doing this interview. I chose this interview specifically because the situation that he's in is so specifically mentally enduring. Like, to be the backup quarterback, he's not a starter. He was brought in to be that dude, but he ain't that dude. And then he was just thrust into the 2 games back to back. He's not starting next week. They already said Geno Smith is going to start again. So even if you don't follow football anyways, the starting quarterback's going to get his job again. Regardless of how well he did this game or last game, he's not getting another opportunity for the foreseeable future. So to me, I think that speaks volumes about how you mentally prepare when you're not getting the reps and when you have to hear other people say, like, you're not the starter, so, like, why does it matter, right? And just being a man about his process, I think that speaks volumes about what and how, especially with that he won the game, right? It's not just that he did all those things. It's that he went out and he won the game on top of all those other things.
And then you sit there, you watch games, you wonder, can I do this still? I haven't been out there on the field. That's the human nature of it. You get back out there last week, and I'm like, you know what? I'm the man still. I can go do this. And then you got another test this week where I didn't know if I was going to play or not.
Just like, listen to what he's saying, that he's like, you question yourself because you haven't been put in that situation. Just imagine, you're just watching on the sidelines the whole time, like, man, like, can I still do that? Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm just over here with this clipboard, just like not doing anything with my life right now. Like, I might be getting paid nice, but psychologically, we on our purpose, you know what I mean? And if you just sitting around doing nothing, you're not gonna be doing that shit. You're just being stagnant. And that's what we don't do in this motherfucker.
Sure enough, ended up playing. We're playing the Eagles tonight, and the boys around me rallied tonight. And it just, gosh, it feels so good. It feels so good. I'm so proud of everybody.
So that's pretty much like the interview. And I want to say that, like, everything he says resonates with me. Because I feel like there are days where I'm like, yo, I'm on top of the world. I know I'm the best at what I do. Ain't nobody fucking with me, blah, blah, blah. There's other days I wake up and I'm like, dog, look, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I suck. I'm not where I want to be, blah, 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 blah. I feel like I'm on the sidelines watching other people, go further in life. And I'm just like, man, what the fuck? But what I'm saying is that this interview resonates with me because he shows exactly in a real life situation where every day you're questioning yourself. You have other people questioning you too. But he still came out and he performed. And then it's like he solidified the way his self-identity of himself. He knew he was that dude. He just needed an opportunity to prove that he was that dude. And I feel like that's something that, like, really resonates with me. I'm going to say that word so many times this episode because it just hit me. The minute that I saw that interview, I was like, as I'm watching him go down the field and he threw the touchdown to win the game. And I'm like, man, like, I bet he has to be thinking so many things of himself. Like, I bet he was questioning himself. And then when I watched the interview, I'm like, that's it. We all go through all these things. It's just whether or not you're going to have the mental fortitude to be able to say, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm going to do what I want to do. And even though the universe is not showing me what I want, I know I'm going to get to where I want to be. And that's what I feel like this channel is all about. Like, I'm going to always say that shit. I'm not here to be some motherfucking dude yelling at your fucking face, alpha, alpha, alpha. There are things that I feel like you need to say, but at this time and moment, I feel like there's just things that's like, yo, this moment in life, this time, you got to be able to either cherish it or fucking step over the fucking obstacle and, like, move to where we need to get to. And I feel like all the things stacked up against him. Like, he didn't have the practice. He didn't know he was going to play until, like, maybe an hour before the game. 2 weeks in a row. So he's not getting the reps in practice. He's probably having a bunch of reporters question whether or not he's actually even like, should even be thinking like a starter. And then you see him saying he's like watching on the sideline. He's questioning himself. He doesn't even know if he can do it. To have that moment to just say, you know what? That moment came and I took that moment and I kicked the shit out that motherfucker. Like I punched it right in the motherfucking mouth and it back down. Like that's the type of shit I'm trying to say. That's what I'm about. That's what this motherfucking channel's about. And if you're watching this shit, I hope that you take that shit from this episode is that you understand that you might not be getting what you want in life right now. That's not the fucking point. You got to mentally be prepared for where you got to get to. And that's what I say, like, yo, we alpha, we warriors. Don't worry about the motherfucking day-to-day. We worried about the motherfucking long game. We want the outcome. I want the W. I don't want to hold no fucking L. That's all I got for this week.